You're not just tired, you're tormented. And deep down, you know it's not because life is hard. It's because you're running from something God placed inside you that won't stay quiet. When Jonah fled from his calling, the storm didn't hit because he was evil. It hit because he was chosen, and so are you. You keep feeling unfulfilled no matter how much you achieve, and it's not because you're doing too little. It's because you're doing everything except what heaven designed you for. The enemy doesn't need to destroy you if he can distract you. And one of the biggest signs you're running from your calling is the constant sense of inner restlessness. That subtle but persistent pressure that no amount of sleep, success, or social validation can silence. You've probably convinced yourself you're not ready or not worthy, but let me tell you the truth. God doesn't call the qualified. He qualifies the called, and delayed obedience is still disobedience. If you've been seeing open doors but are too afraid to walk through them, or feeling repeated nudges in your spirit to speak, serve, or step up, but keep hesitating, that's not random. That's conviction. Moses tried to use his speech problem as an excuse. Gideon hid in fear, and Jeremiah said he was too young. Yet God still called them anyway. Another hidden sign you're running is when everything else starts falling apart the moment you try to settle somewhere God didn't assign. You keep asking for peace, but feel pressed on every side because peace doesn't come from avoiding your calling. It comes from aligning with it. And here's the truth that may sting. God will let certain things frustrate you, dry up, or even fail not because He's punishing you, but because He's redirecting you. Romans 8:28 says, "All things work together for good, but that good is tied to your purpose." If you've secretly been overwhelmed with fear, imposter syndrome, or insecurity every time you imagine stepping into your calling, recognize that as spiritual warfare, not identity. The devil will use fear, shame, and even comfort zones to keep you quiet, passive, and neutral. But neutrality isn't safety, it's surrendering your impact. You weren't born to blend in. You were born to shift atmospheres, break generational patterns, and bring heaven to earth in whatever sphere God anointed you for. If everything around you seems louder than God's voice, that's a clue the enemy is trying to drown it out. But God never stops speaking. He's just waiting for you to stop running. Your storm isn't punishment, it's a rescue mission. Stop settling for a life that feels safe but suffocates your spirit. The longer you run, the louder the resistance grows. Not because you're failing, but because your calling carries weight, and that weight threatens darkness. You don't need more time. You need to surrender. Get back in alignment, even if it scares you. The same God who called you is the one who will carry you.